history is made. This was the moment white smoke came out of the chimney of the Sistine Chapel announcing a new pope had been elected. And next to it, a live look at St. Peter's Square this evening as we approach midnight now.
And this is the new leader of the Catholic Church when he made his first appearance. American and Chicago native Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost, now known as Pope Leo XIV. After emerging, as you can see here, he was greeted by tens of thousands of cheering people down below. Take a listen.
Pretty incredible moment. Pope Leo briefly addressed the faithful in Italian and Spanish. In his first remarks, he wished peace be with all, saying, quote, "God loves everyone, evil will not prevail, and we are in the hands of God," end quote. So who is this new pope? Cardinal Robert Prevost is a Chicago native and an American missionary who spent his career ministering in Peru. Pope Francis brought him to the Vatican in 2023 to serve as the head of the office that vets bishop nominations from around the globe. Prevost chose the name Leo. Now, the last pope to have that name led the church from 1878 to 1903 and softened Catholicism's stance toward modernity and laid the foundation for the modern Catholic social thought.
As you might expect, here locally, the Cleveland Diocese is rejoicing at the announcement of the election of Pope Leo XIV.
They're now asking the faithful to join them in welcoming the new American Pope. Our Lindsay Buckingham was at a news conference held this afternoon. So, Lindsay, the diocese obviously pretty excited about today's announcement.
Betsy, very excited. In fact, Bishop Malesic said he was extremely happy. They just prayed for a new pope yesterday, and then today they made history with Pope Leo. Hours after Pope Leo XIV, formerly known as Robert Prevost, emerged as the new leader of the Catholic Church, the rejoicing stretched far beyond the Vatican, with Cleveland Bishop Malesic praising this election because of how much Pope Leo knows about the world and his care and concern for humanity. Bishop Malesic also said it was an exciting time for the Cleveland Catholic community and looks forward to communicating with Pope Leo about local issues.
Whenever I met with Pope Francis, I got to meet with him like 7 times. And there was always a language barrier. He did not freely speak English, although he understood it. I don't speak Spanish or Italian, so there was always kind of a language barrier. It's going to be an easier relationship in communication.
Now, Bishop Malesic said he does not think he'll be able to meet with Pope Leo in the very near future, but he is excited for the opportunity to shake his hand again. Now, coming up at 6, we'll hear from Bishop Malesic about why he thinks the late Pope Francis chose Pope Leo to lead the Vatican office.
All right, Lindsay, thank you so much.
Meanwhile, President Trump says the fact that the newly elected Pope is from America is, quote, an honor. He spoke briefly on the White House lawn just after the announcement was made.
What greater honor could there be? And we were a little bit surprised, very happy. It was just a great, absolutely great honor.
The president told reporters that plans are already being made for him to meet with the new Pope in the near future.
And Vice President J.D. Vance, who is a Catholic, shared a statement after the new pope was announced. He says, quote, "Congratulations to Leo XIV, the first American pope, on his election. I'm sure millions of American Catholics and other Christians will pray for his successful work leading the church." That's what he wrote on a post on X. "May God bless him," end quote.
And former President Joe Biden, who is also Catholic, shared a simple statement of congratulations saying, "May God bless Pope Leo XIV of Illinois. Jill and I congratulate him and wish him success," end quote. Well, another surprise was it only took 2 days to pick the new pope, but the tension had been building before the white smoke was seen above the Sistine Chapel.
And NBC's Jay Gray was there when the announcement was made, and he joins us now. Jay, it is now close to midnight at the Vatican. Describe how that whole scene unfolded today and that vibe that you must have just grasped.
Betsy, Jay, it was overwhelming, to be quite honest. Just an amazing show here as the white smoke began to pour from the chimney atop the Sistine Chapel. There were already tens of thousands in St. Peter's Square, 150,000 poured into this area, spilling out of the square and into the streets of Rome, all excited about what was happening, obviously. And then all of the celebrations, all of the chanting and cheering really reached a crescendo as the new Pope walked out onto the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica, and we learned that this was an American, the first to ever lead the Catholic faith. He came into the conclave as Robert Francis Prevost, a cardinal who has spent most of his time in Peru, the better part of 40 years there, starting as a missionary. But he was born in Chicago, went to Villanova, and then got a graduate degree, a master's in divinity from his hometown at a Catholic institution there. Speaking for the first time to the crowd that had gathered, he, among his first words, used the familiar Catholic refrain, "Peace be with you all." He praised his predecessor, Pope Francis, and made it clear that he intends to follow in his footsteps, calling for an open, giving, and united church, the world's largest Christian denomination. 1.4 billion members, again, for the first time in almost 2,000 years of existence, has an American pontiff. And a lot of people stunned that that was the selection here today. I have to tell you, Jay and Betsy, he was not among the front runners going into this.
No, he was not. Jay, on a personal note, we've got about 30 seconds here. You're a man of the world, reporting on incidents worldwide, not just in the United States. Personally, what did this moment mean for you?
Jay, thanks. It's special. I was here with the death of John Paul II, and that was a very moving time. But to see people from around the world gathering like that, and there's no pushing, there's no shoving, there is sheer joy, there is excitement. It's something that we don't see much of anymore, and it was very special. I was honored, thankful to be here.
All right, Jay Gray reporting live from the Vatican for us tonight. So nice to have you reporting on some good news for us, so we do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, tonight, make sure to tune in to NBC Nightly News at 6:30 as Lester Holt will be live from the Vatican in St. Peter's Square. That's immediately after 3 News at 6.
And for the latest updates, reactions, and more, make sure you download WKYC Plus to your TV. You can do that for free. Or you can check out our website, WKYC.com, or the 3 News app.